Welcome to the Norman Mayoral Candidates Debate, co-sponsored by the Oklahoma Daily, an independent voice of information on the campus of the University of Oklahoma, and the Norman Sustainability Network, a group of concerned citizens passionate about energy, environment, and community. These parties wanted to have a large public forum to allow any and all to come meet the next mayor of Norman before having to vote for the person who may be the next mayor. How the debate will work. Each of the four panelists, who you will meet in just a moment, will ask each of the three candidates, who you will meet right after, one question. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to answer the question.
Hi, Easy, you have repeatedly suggested that changing the OU-Texas game to a home-and-home situation for the game on October 11th, 2008 to begin would be the panacea for many of Norman's economic ills. How would you deal with season ticket holders and still keep the half OU and half Texas atmosphere of the game, and how much revenue do you project it would contribute to the Norman economy? Also be interested in, if you have time, to address what other ideas you have to grow the economy.
Well, you picked the right day to ask that question, because just this morning, the Dallas Morning News is reporting, and I talked to the reporter, City Hall reporter Dave Leventhal, that the Cotton Bowl Game Committee, the committee that runs the New Year's Day game, has voted to send the Cotton Bowl to Arlington, Texas, to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, January 1st of 2010. Now that's, 34 months from now. This will basically doom any prospects for a modernization of the Cotton Bowl. So it's up to David Boren, who has 6 times sent our home game with Texas down to Dallas. Big 12 schedules came in 1996. Boren has sent the game down there. 96, 98, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2006. It has cost the state of Oklahoma $200 million. If you want to see what it's cost Norman, go over here and look at Campus Corner. David Boren, I will reissue the challenge that I made 4 months ago and was printed in the Norman transcript, by the way. I'm calling for your immediate retirement. Boren obviously is not going to allow the game to be played. We're talking October 11th, 2008. Boren needs to retire, and I'm going to bang on him until he does retire. Mr. Boren claims to honor tradition, such as playing OU's home game with Texas in a decrepit old stadium in Dallas, but he has overlooked the 100-year-old tradition of university presidents retiring at age 65. Boren turned 65 last April, should have retired last June. But the impact, Carol, of the game being played up here, similar situation, Ohio State and Texas, 35,000 people went to Austin this year.
Thank you, Easy.
Dr. Rosenthal, you teach students every semester at OU. You have an office on campus and you have 2 roughly college-aged children. What do you believe that people of my generation want to get out of Norman, and how do you balance the interests and needs of Norman's younger, more active generations against the desires of Norman's older, established population?
I deal with a lot of students, both graduate and undergraduate students, and I counsel many of them on job opportunities, write references for them, and we have lots of conversations about their hopes and dreams, whether those are realized here or whether they want to go to Washington or someplace else. I think that there are a couple things that are really important that Norman can do and should do for the student population. Number one, I think that engaging students in our community is critically important because they have interests here, important, you all have interests here that are very critical. You are residents of our community for 4, 6, sometimes longer. And many of you decide you want to stay here. So what can we do in Norman to help facilitate that? A couple of things. Number one, I think it's really important that we are a welcoming community to everyone. and not just to those who grew up here, but welcoming to the whole diversity of our community, and that includes young people. So your interactions with city government should really be positive and in that regard. In addition, I think that Norman needs to be a partner with the university, because the university is what is creating the intellectual engine, the intellectual capital for new jobs. And to the extent that the City of Norman is a good partner with the university, we will make sure that some of those jobs are created here through fostering entrepreneurship. One last thing that I would like to see in particular, and I think this is an area in which we can do a lot more, is we need to be encouraging the creation of more creative jobs, people in the arts and the cultural sectors of our community. And this is an area where we graduate a lot of students who are in the arts. And Norman needs to be a place where you can start a studio and create a business in the arts as well.
Thank you, Cindy.
Trey, at the Norman Downtowners Forum, you mentioned that you would like to see Norman positioned as a fun destination and would like to see Lake Thunderbird known for more than just a place to find dead bodies. By your comment, did you mean that you would like to encourage increased development around the lake, and how would you balance Northeast Norman development with protection of the watershed?
I look around at great communities. One of my favorite is, of course, where I met my wife in Austin, Texas, and there's incredible opportunities to do fun things around the lake. I think that we don't take enough advantage of the resources that we have here in our city. We have kind of shied away from bringing things to the area on the east side of town. Now, I'm not saying that we need to change or grow our city any faster on the east side of town without good environmental protections in place. But seriously, if you look around at communities, you can see that they have embraced the opportunity of looking at those natural resources and building on them. I think our city deserves to be a lot more fun. I think our city deserves to have a great place downtown where people enjoy to go in the evenings, enjoy music, enjoy the arts, as well as having the cultural district that we've all been talking about in previous questions. So I don't favor pushing any faster to the east side of our town. I do know that as our city continues to grow, that is the direction that it will have to grow. The west side of town, of course, is bounded by the river, and the south side of town is also bounded by the river. And on the north, we're butted up against the city of Moore. So as we grow to the east, I'd like to see us do more with the lake. I'd like to see us create fun things out there that people in our city enjoy.